It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. Four quarters between one of these teams and a spot in the Super Bowl. The NFC Championship is underway. And this drive will start inside the 25. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Love gonna air this out to start. It's intercepted on the first play of the game. That's Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers take over just inside the 40. They're at the opposing 39. Well, Brock, if the goal was to set the tone that you're going to be aggressive all game, I would say mission accomplished. But it'd be tough to connect on a lot of those against a defense that came ready to play.
Yeah, they were not caught off guard for a second, Kate. They know this offense likes to be aggressive, and dare I say, they may have been expecting that deep shot on the opening snap.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Mayfield comes out throwing. Completes this one to Otten. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They've got a man in motion. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. The defenders are there to get him at the line. Rashawn Gary with that tackle. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6. Mayfield to throw. Catch made underneath by the back. And they take him down right along the 30. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
Slot man motioned over. Mayfield to throw for it. He finds him beyond the marker. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They hit for 16 yards on 4th down, and a drive we all thought had stalled out is going to carry on.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Irving on the inside give. And he turns a little room to work into a gain down to the 9. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Baker now from the gun. Catches me. Fights off the tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock, but now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can...
And they're going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Chris Godwin touchdown. McLaughlin tacks on the extra point. And the Buccaneers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flight. Starting at the 10. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
You call that 1st down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. But they'll take that every single time.
Let's go.
They put a receiver in motion here left. Thrown on 1st down, Love. This is on target to Christian Watson. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. Still has some space inside the 35. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They've got 1st down from the 31. Putting a receiver in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Love. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
A 2nd down throw here for Love. Throwing deep for the end zone. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Here we go. Here we go.
Love to throw again. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down. On for the field goal now. Here's Brandon McManus. This from 48 on the left hash. And the kick by Folk is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Baker now off the play fake. He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. 1 play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
Ready. Go!
Going run again with Jacobs. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2.
60. At the 60. Check go.
Takes the handoff, now Love. He lets one fly deep downfield. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Buccaneers get it back as he intercepts him for the second time this game. Well, okay, I guess we've got a couple of very giving teams today, Brock. One side coughs it up with a fumble, then the other side graciously hands it right back with the interception.
Hey, listen, if you like playmaking defenses, then you like this game right here. These defenses, they're the ones supplying the big plays, and they're putting their stamp on this game.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Right back to Irving now. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. We're 1 quarter into deciding who's going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They've got 2nd and 7 to start. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
And the Packers at a 50-B out there for this 3rd down play. This one finds Irving. Gets some space around midfield. Racing down the left side. That's a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers parlay the interception into points. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Now, probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. And they won't return this, so with the new rules and because it hit in the landing zone first, the touchback will only come out to the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They send a man in motion. Running on first here with Jacobs. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Into the hands of Romeo Doubs. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Taken in by Dobbs. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Let's go now.
Shotgun now for Love. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Let's go. Ready, ready.
This is Jacobs running left. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
Come on, set.
Motioning Watson left. Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Here's a deep shot towards the big game downfield. And this is going to be a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers reduce the lead to just 4. Jaden Reed the touchdown. Brandon McManus on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Packers cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Play fake. It's Mayfield. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Finds his man. It's Godwin. Decent gain here, but short of the first. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Mayfield now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Putting the tight end in motion. Mayfield on 1st and 10. That pass complete to Irving. And he's out of bounds. Looks like right at the midfield stripe.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Baker throwing again. Irving hauls it in. And they make the tackle at the 38. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Once again, Irving. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Brought down by Quay Walker. He got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
King! Hey, we're 33.
The Packers take their first time out. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Watch out.
From the gun, Mayfield. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. That play good for 17 and a first down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here from the frozen tundra. And it's the Buccaneers with a 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. This one's taken in by Otten. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And that's a Tampa Bay touchdown. Now the second time we've had the privilege of calling a touchdown pass to him in this opening half, Brock, and you're starting to get the feeling that he isn't done yet.
Well, but defensively, Kate, you got to do something different. It's kind of like a pitcher who gives up a home run and then a second home run to that same guy. You are not going to give him a pitch to hit, and this defense has got to start taking this receiver away.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He's stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Love out of the shotgun. That's into the hands of Dobbs. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. The Packers trying to hurry to the line. 1st down throw. Here's Love. And finds Jacobs complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off a 1st down.
It's complete! Oh my, they left him wide open downfield. Touchdown Green Bay. McManus on for the extra point. Oh, it's a fake. They're going to flip it to the kicker. He's going to throw. And he's into the end zone. They're really pulling out whatever they can to try to make this game closer. That cuts the lead down by an extra 2. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Mayfield. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. And the Packers take possession at midfield after forcing that turnover. Now, hang on a minute. I'm upset for this quarterback. They just declined that call, Brock.
Boy, if I was the quarterback who threw the incompletion and my coach declined it, I'd be right over there asking for an explanation and maybe his resignation.
Ooh. And he'll go out of bounds close to that 35-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down Packers. Love from the gun. Oh, he put everything he had into that. They connect on the deep shot. It's a Green Bay touchdown. Well, no doubt about it, Brock. That was a route they worked on in practice, and it manifested in a touchdown when the downs counted here.
And no doubt about it, Kate, you grew up watching and celebrating Jerry Rice running that exact route, didn't you?
Yes, sir. You know it. You know it.
He was so good at it. Every receiver could do it some of the time, but Jerry and the best of them, they do it all the time, just like that one right there.
On now is McManus to kick this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left.
Hey, alert, 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 alert! Okay.
Mayfield thrown out of the pistol. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Hits his running back. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First down, here's Baker. Completed to his running back. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Second down now, 7 to go. Tight end in motion left. Mayfield to throw again. Completes this one to Otten. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
The defenders, they were ready for that throw, stopping him right at the line of scrimmage.
Wow, they must really trusted this guy's range. He's out for what would be a very long field goal. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And they're going to stay down by 5.
Hey, listen, I know kickers are arguably better today than they've ever been in the history of football. But anything from 60-plus is still awfully ambitious. And that time, it didn't pan out.
On the handoff, here's Jacobs. And he could not break beyond the line, so that's how our half's going to end. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down, and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The Hallis Trophy awaits one of these teams, partner. Just a half to go as we're off in the 3rd quarter. And he got all of that one, that's for sure. But with our new kickoff rules in play this year, that means the football's going to be spotted at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's the give to Irving. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down. Motioning the tight end now. 1st and 10, it's Mayfield. This one finds Irving. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic. But it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Irving here from the gun. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Packers side of the field. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Short pass brought in. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. That's a short gain of 1. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
The Packers. Timeout. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Godwin sent in motion right. And they stop him after a good run that takes him down inside the 40. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
On the give, this is Irving. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out. 3rd and short.
And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Calm, cool, collected from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was. Just focused on executing the play in front of them.
First down, ball at the 36. Mayfield to throw. Got his target. It's up. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
Shotgun handoff to Irving. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
This has been a trend, yet another interception. Edgerrin Cooper takes it away. And the Packers will set up just a little bit shy of the 40 following the tackle.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Handoff here to Jacobs. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Picks the handoff, now Love. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. The Packers send out their punting unit. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Going with Irving here. He'll cobble together a yard there. That was Kenny Clark on the tackle. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Mayfield now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Jair Alexander with the stop.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
3rd down, here's Mayfield. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And the Packers will take over possession.
On the set.
They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Ready. Cougar 19. Hut, hut.
It's a design boot. He's throwing deep to the left side. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Target that time, Jaden Reed. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Let's go now.
Trying the inside handoff to Lloyd. And he crosses out of bounds, so now we're going to learn who the penalty flag is on. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Let's go.
Throwing, Love. Cut by Jacobs. And he'll get it up to the 27.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Come on. Set. Hut.
Throwing his Love on 3rd. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
That punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Baker now off the play fake. Looking underneath, and the back brings it in. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Javon Bullard bringing that play to an end. Just a quarter left before one of these teams punches its ticket to the Super Bowl. It's Bucs football, and their season on the line here as they trail. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 37. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw, almost an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
3rd and short, Mayfield. This one's taken in by Otten. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Mayfield on 1st and 10. Short pass caught by his tight end. And this one doesn't go far.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. Quay Walker in to pick it off.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
Now a toss. This is Jacobs. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
Watson, quick pass wide. And he's brought down after a short gain. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Motioning him from the slot right. 3rd and long for him here. They did it! He made the interception! Jamel Dean makes the play. And the Buccaneers have some new life in the 4th. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for him.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy out, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. They'll run this with Irving. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Looking for Chris Godwin that time. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Well, I know some old school coaches, maybe some former NFL quarterbacks who would have this guy running stairs after that drop, partner. Hit or no hit. That was a catch there that would have meant a 1st down.
Yeah, that's why that's old school, okay, Kate? The new school coaches and quarterbacks know how hard it is in this league with the contact. How valuable those contested catches are. Credit the defense for making the play on that one.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Has this at the 6. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. Call it 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And they make the tackle at the 38. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Here we go, set.
They stick with Jacobs. Broke through the tackle. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. That's 8 yards for the gain, and that narrows it to just 5 yards needed on 3rd down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
The kicker gets it. Oh, it looks like he's going to throw it. May can't connect on the fake. It's incomplete. The fake field goal does not get it done. This is going to be a turnover on downs.
Hey, I'm all for aggressive. I don't mind that at all. But you better be right. If you're going to make that call and risk putting points on the board, you better not fail like they did right there.
Regular.
Setting up to pass. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. Here he is to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Steadily keeping him involved in their passing game, Brock, but that throw now didn't work out the way his earlier targets had.
It kind of felt like, you could see that from the booth, this defense was sick and tired of this running back catching the ball.
Yeah.
A whole lot more active in their coverage, and somebody was ready to finally separate the football when it arrived.
And the nice gain is met by a punishing hit to bring it to a halt.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Offense going for it here. 4th and 5. They send the tight end in motion left. Desperation time here on 4th. Had to force it on 4th, and it's intercepted. Quay Walker in to pick it off. And the Packers make the play that should win them this game. The 4th down call ends in a defensive highlight as he picks up the throw and gets his guys off the field.
You know, one way or another, it looked like they were going to get off the field that time, but it's so much sweeter as a defense to run off that field holding the ball. So many defensive coaches in this league preach it. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Not only the energy you create on your side, but that little seed of doubt you put in the quarterback's mind the next time he goes out to throw it.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Let's go. Take off.
Handoff running left. Jacobs. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it, and that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it. Okay, time for the defense to think about getting that ball back, and this is where you've got to conserve every second. Got to expect a timeout coming any moment now.
Back into that favorite formation they go, Brock, forcing those guys to burn a timeout. The Packers to a knee, letting the clock run out on this victory.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So a historic venue in football sees yet another win as the Packers take this one at Lambeau. And one last huge step has been taken, partner, as they claim that George Halas Trophy as NFC champions. And now just one step and one trophy remain. 2 weeks from now when they take the field in the Super Bowl. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Packers are your winners as we say so long from Green Bay.
it.